Hey everyone, it's Stephanie. Today I have a video to share that features my Erin Condren Life Planner, and more specifically the custom inserts that I create to put inside of my planner. I shared this menu planner in a video that I did a little bit ago with a kind of detailed overview of my planner and how I use it and the different accessories that I use. And I've had a few questions about how exactly I create the custom holes in them and some questions about my laminating machine and just different things, so I wanted to do a video that focuses specifically on the inserts that I've created for my planner. So the first thing that I do is this menu planner specifically is a PDF that I've created with my friend Wendy, and it's just a printout that I go ahead and print on normal size paper. I usually print it on cardstock just so it has a little bit of added support, and when it's cut down like I have it here, it's just slightly smaller than the Erin Condren Life Planner, so it fits really nice inside of it. And you could go ahead and just print these and use them in paper format, but I like to laminate them so that they can be reused and so that they kind of stand up to the abuse of being put in and out of the planner. So this is the laminator that I use. It's the Scotch 3M thermal laminator, and it's really easy to use. You just kind of turn it on and then pick whatever thickness of laminating pouches you're going to be using. There's 3mm and 5mm. I have the 3mm in the large size, the 8.5 by 11, and the 5mm in the 5 by 7 pouches, so it just depends on what it is you're going to be laminating. Since my menu planner is a little bit larger than a 5 by 7, I have my laminator set to 3mm, and I'm going to be using the larger size sheets. So I have a pack of 50. They just come in this box all nice and packaged, and it's just a flimsy material. They refer to them as a pouch, and it just has an opening at one end, and then the other end is completely sealed, so it's already stuck together for you. And when you want to do your laminating, you just take whatever it is you want to laminate and place it inside the pouch. The key to this is you just want to make sure that you leave a nice margin around the piece of paper. I think they recommend 1/8 of an inch, but I usually like to leave at least 1/4 of an inch to make sure that I have adequate area around, because that's the area around the paper that you're laminating is what seals it in, so you want to make sure you have enough of a margin around that. So once the green light goes on the laminator, that means that it's hot enough and ready to go and do the laminating. So you just want to add the pouch right into your laminator with the sealed edge first, and just kind of use your hands and hold on to it and kind of feed it down into the laminator until you feel it catch. And once it catches, the laminator is going to do everything else on its own. It's going to go ahead and pull it through. It goes pretty slow because it's heating the laminating pouch as it's coming through, and it's actually doing all of the laminating as it's coming. So as you can see now, it's kind of coming out the bottom area, and when it comes through, it's all laminated and ready to go. So it will be a little bit warm to the touch as it comes out. The bottom area will be the hottest because it's the last to come out of the machine, but it cools down pretty quickly, and then you have this great laminated piece, which is nice and shiny and has a really nice thickness, and it's really sturdy. So I love this machine, and I love the pouches, and I just love being able to protect and create custom inserts like this that I can use over and over. So I also wanted to show you the smaller version and show you that you don't have to necessarily have a custom insert like the menu planner that I did. You can also just add stuff to your planner that with quotes on it or pictures or just different things. So I just have a 4 by 6 Simple Stories cardstock piece, and this has just some fun words about summer and different things like that, and some polka dots on the back side. So I thought it would just be a nice fun thing to add into my planner in the summertime months. So I'm just doing the exact same thing. I'm going ahead and feeding that into the planner with the sealed edge first, and letting that go ahead and go down through the planner at its own speed. And when it stops moving, that means that it's fully laminated and you can go ahead and remove it. And now I have another great laminated piece with this great shine, and this is going to be perfect to go into my planner and be able to be reused. So once I have them completely laminated, I always go ahead and trim them down to the size I need. I leave a little bit of a border, but not too big. And then I use my corner chomper, which is a corner rounding tool, and do the 1/8, I believe, and do all the corners of it. Just because I don't like the sharp edges of the laminated piece, it can be kind of sharp, and I like to kind of take that away and round the corners a tiny bit. So now comes the part to create the custom insert for the planner. And how I go about doing this is I just take the ruler that comes in the Erin Condren planner. It's just a great see-through ruler. And then I also take a dry erase marker, which you can see here when you write on the planners because it's laminated now. You can write on it and then just go ahead and remove it. So that's what I use with my planners so that I can do my menu planner, use it for the week, and then when the week's over I can go ahead and wipe off all of the menu that I have on there and go ahead and add one for the following week. And I actually usually keep 2 of these in my planner at a time so I can always work 1 week ahead. So now I'm just going to show, I just place the ruler on the edge of my insert sheet, and I take my dry erase marker and just kind of put a dot in the center area of each of the holes of the ruler. Now the ruler doesn't completely go all the way down, so you have to do it in pieces. So it is a little time consuming to create these inserts, but once they're created, you have it and it's good to go and be reused over and over. So I don't mind the bit of time that it takes to create them because I know I'll get a lot of use out of it once I'm done. So then you just need a hole punch. I actually use the Crocodile, which is a eyelet setting tool. If you're a scrapbooker or a card maker, you'll probably be familiar with that. But if you're not, then all you need to do is get a 3/16 hole punch. That's the size that I use. And it doesn't have to look this wild like this tool here that I'm using. But what I do like about this tool is that I can see through it. So you can see there that I can see the little black hole. And the goal with doing the hole punching is you just kind of want to make sure that the little black hole is in the center area of the punch every time you do the different holes. This is going to kind of keep the hole punching consistent and make sure that all your holes are spaced properly so that it'll fit into the coil. So now I just kind of have it sped up here and I'm just showing how I go ahead and add all the continuous holes. So this time, rather than do the few dots and then do the punching of the holes, I just added all of the dots completely down the sheet and then just took my hole puncher and completely went all the way down and punched all those holes in there. And then once you're done, you have all the holes needed to go ahead and create the custom insert. But what you need to do is when you finish all the hole punching, the top area and the bottom area are still closed and they're not going to go into the planner properly. So we'll address that in a few minutes. But first we have to make it so that these can go inside the planner. And to do that, you need to just take a pair of scissors and you need to just put little snips inside on the side edge of the hole area like I'm doing here. I just kind of eyeball it so that they end up in the center area and just kind of give them just enough space so that I can snap them onto the coils, but not too big of a space because you don't want them to fall off. So you don't want too big of a hole there. And then once you completely have all those done, like I said, you need to trim off the top and bottom area of the planner sheet so that they snap in properly. So I always just take my scissors and just cut the very top part off so that there's just a kind of an opening at the top area. And then once you've done that and have all the holes punched and the little slits cut in the side, if you just very carefully just kind of push on the insert and it will catch onto the coils and completely hook into your planner. And as you can see there now, it flips back and forth without any problem at all, and it stays in there. I'm pulling on the planner and you can see it doesn't come out at all. So it's really nice, fits perfectly, and there's no issues whatsoever. So I really love what you end up with when you take the time to create the custom planner. But if you don't want to take the time and do it that way, you can also use the coil clips that have come out this year from Erin Condren. These are just little plastic clips like you see here, and you just kind of snap them apart, and that one side piece there just is garbage. You don't need that piece there. And then you just take the adhesive off the back of the coil clip there, and this is what you're going to adhere to whatever it is that you want to put inside your planner. So if you want to put an invitation or a photo or this laminated piece that I have here with this fun summer quote, you just figure out where you want to place it on your piece and then just go ahead and stick it down. They're super sticky, so you just want to make sure you have it where you want it before you stick it on. If it's on a laminated piece, it's a little easier to move, but if you put it on paper, it's pretty much staying wherever you put it. And then you can just go ahead and clip this into your planner. Very similar to the custom inserts that we made, but this is a little bit quicker and faster because these are already ready in size for your planner. So either way, whether you prefer the more time-intensive inserts that I've shown here or just the coil clip ones, I hope this has given you some ideas on how to create some custom inserts for your planner and that you'll give it a try. They're super fun and a great way to personalize your planner. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.